I'm tired of people looking at me differently because I have a disability.
Okay. So how does that hold you back?
Yeah, it makes me feel bad about myself.
Okay.
It makes me feel like, when people decide not to be my friend, it makes me feel like, it's my fault.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha.
And when I go to the grocery store and people like stare at me, it makes me feel like, what's their issue?
Uh-huh. So how do you get over that handicap?
I just tell myself that it's their problem and not mine, and go about my daily life.
Awesome. Well, good for you. Don't let anything hold you back.
Right.
Very cool.
We're live at Powell's Bookstore, mainstream media reporter Melissa Halstead, as part of the Backbone Scavenger Hunt here in Powell's in the Pearl Room with author Jerry McGill. And Melissa has some questions.
Yes, Jerry, what is your book about?
Well, my book is about my life, the experience that I had when I was 13 years old, growing up as a teenager in Lower East Side of New York. And what happened to me was I was involved in a shooting incident where I was shot by an unknown assailant and paralyzed for life. And my book is basically about my experience growing up in the city and how I rehabilitated myself and how I was able to kind of get my life back on track and adapt to a whole new living style.
Gosh, that must have been pretty hard for you. And what inspired you to write this book about your life?
Well, I had always felt that I was always touched by other people's life stories. I was always touched by what other people go through to kind of, quote-unquote, make it through the day. And I thought, hey, I've lived a pretty full life myself, and I thought maybe I could reach out and touch someone with my story the same way I've been touched by a lot of other people's stories. And I figured, hey, let me try to write some of these things down that I remember. And also I thought it might be a very interesting way to try to confront the whole incident of the shooting and maybe even reach out to the person who I would never meet, but who was responsible for my being in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rehab Institute of Oregon here at Legacy Good Samaritan is our inpatient adult rehab unit in Oregon and Southwest Washington. So we service people with spinal cord injury, head injury, and stroke. So acquired disabilities, if that makes sense. So after someone has a car accident or stroke or whatever, they'll come here for rehab. Okay? And so what Rebecca had for today is what I'm doing is giving each person a card, and on it would be kind of the level of injury, a spinal cord injury, since this is what they're promoting is Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month. So here you have your cervical. So if on your card it says C, that means cervical. Then you have your thoracic, the lumbar, and the sacral area. So if you were to sustain a spinal cord injury, let's say in a car accident or motorcycle injury accident at the C4 level, so your injury 1, 2, 3 would be all the way up here in the neck.
Oh.
Yeah, so what that would do then, if it's a complete injury, it would affect everything below. Be bowel, bladder, movement, those kinds of things.
We're here at the lobby of the Mercy Corps building at the post-game of a very exciting fundraiser for Backbones, a wheelchair-accessible scavenger hunt. Went all around downtown Portland today, had a great time. Here with the executive director, Rebecca Torres, along with mainstream media reporter Melissa Halstead. And Melissa, what do you think of the day today?
It was very amazing. I learned a lot about the first stop that I went to was for the Insight organization, and I learned all about their campaign handicap, and I thought it was a great campaign. It was a real eye-opener for me. You know, it showed me that, you know, there's lots of different kinds of disabilities, and again, you can do whatever you set your mind to. The thing is you can't let what other people think or what they say get in the way of what you want to do.
Yeah, that was what I was hoping to achieve, that people would learn things like that. And I'm glad that we did do that we accomplished that.
And Rebecca, talk in general about your organization and how people can get involved. What kind of help you need?
Well, what we do is we pair up people one-on-one so that they have someone to relate to after they've had an injury. And we have volunteer opportunities all the time, either with events or if someone wants to become a mentor and, you know, visit someone at a hospital or talk to them over the phone, over Skype, over Facebook, any way that they can connect to be able to help someone through that injury. Sometimes people just need a resource in their area and want to find out, you know, how can I get involved with sports, or I need to get back to work. Who do I talk to help me? So, and we're able to direct them to the right resource.